All right. Just moving my head around here. Oh man, it is brisk this morning. 9 o'clock. Very chilly. Very, very chilly. But yeah, this is probably the coldest commute I am gonna do. I'm on a city bike as usual. I got gloves and I actually broke out my little face. It's like a little neck warmer that I can pull over my face and my ears and stuff. Used to wear it when I ran. I go running out in this cold. Oh man, I hope I'm not going to regret this. But then again, I'm wearing a Canada Goose, so I'm probably going to start sweating pretty quickly. Except my ears are cold. That's the issue. There's some stuff to talk about. Let me just arrange my ears here. All right. Well, it's gonna be challenging, but we'll make it work. Like when it's freezing like this, you really should, pedestrians and cyclists should always have like the right of way. Like the lights should be a little longer, they should be timed, you know, more frequently, so that to minimize how much time you're just sort of standing around waiting. I don't know why the cop is just blocking the crosswalk back there. But I also think it's the same thing for like really, really hot days and really, really cold days and rainy days and things like that, where you generally don't want to be sort of waiting around on the sidewalk. Tons of people do, and then it's like nothing changes with the cars and giving cars, you know, the right of way and basically prioritizing cars. Like basically 2/3 of the time, the crossing time should be, you know, maybe more, should be for cyclists and pedestrians to cross, right? It's like at any given time, you should never have to wait more than like 5 seconds. It should be kind of like that. Believe it or not, that's actually how it was in Stockholm. Oh my God, there's Dave in shorts. Dave, hey man.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going, dude? Nice shorts. That's crazy. Don't understand shorts. I mean, I guess I did. I was one of those kids growing up who would wear like shorts in really cold weather as like a 10-year-old, you know. But I don't know. I like to stay warm now. Wow, look at this ground here. See, it's like all white. That's how you know it's cold, because the pavement is white. Guy's running in a t-shirt. Okay. So, but man, it's nice and quiet here. Nice and quiet in Central Park. Friday morning. Before Christmas is next week, so there's probably a lot of people that are not going to work today or leaving. So, okay, this big hill really knocks me out every time. So, yeah, so bad news, right? The other day, 2 days ago, we had our 29th cyclist was killed. And I actually was riding, he's an Upper West Side doctor, pediatrician, just the saddest case, you know. And so there's a vigil tonight. Anyway, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the kind of the circumstances. Oh shit, my feet. Sorry, it's really cold and really cold. Holy shit. I'm not used to this kind of wind chill. So this guy, this doctor, was riding his bike across town on the 96 Transverse right here. We're gonna pass it. I mean, we're gonna pass over it. But he was riding on the, you know, the part that goes kind of under Central Park where cars go. I mean, it's still, you know, they're still investigating it, but the details just sound eerily familiar. Awfully familiar. Basically, a school bus with 14 kids. Driver of the school bus tried to pass the cyclist in a space that really didn't have enough space. I think in a pinch point where there's really only one lane in either direction. And the police claim that the cyclist fell on the ice, you know, wiped out. It was one of the New York Post or the Daily News had a headline, you know, which just victim blames the whole thing. Claims that the cyclist hit a patch of ice and then fell and wiped out underneath the wheels of a school bus. I don't know how that's possible if the school bus is going slowly behind him, right? I don't understand how both of these things can be true. That he fell, hit ice, but also the school bus driver was trying to pass him, right? So imagine that you're a school bus. Like, just imagine that. If you were just the physics in the space, you have only two lanes, right? There's a eastbound or a westbound lane, that's it. There's no shoulder, there's not really any space, or very, very little space. You're on a school bus. The school bus is big, it's wide, it's boxy, it's got lots of, you know, tons of area underneath, you know, the vehicle and between the wheels and all that. This guy decides, I can pass this slow cyclist. F this guy, I got places to be. He speeds up, probably goes next to the cyclist, probably comes really, really close, is my guess. Cyclist, for, you know, scared or whatever, doesn't see something, notices the driver's coming next to him, tries to turn right. Maybe he just didn't allow him any space, and so would have died anyway. That didn't even matter because the bus driver was overtaking him way too close. Do you know what I mean? You don't even know. And then falls as a result of the close pass by the cyclist, by the bus, and then gets run over by the rear tire. Does not fucking matter if he was wearing a helmet or not, because you fucking die when that happens. There's literally zero you can do, right? When their fucking body gets crushed by a bus. Like, there's really not a lot. And so that's my read of it. I think this is the same circumstances, or very, very similar to what happened with Dan Hanigby, who was the city bike cyclist who was killed by a charter bus driver who ended up being found guilty, who basically overtook him on 26th Street between 8th and 7th Avenue. He was riding this giant charter bus, barrels past him. They claim that he fell into the bus. This is the police sources say, early statements, early reporting. It was all victim blaming. It completely blamed him. Then the trial happened, and as a result of that, the footage was revealed. There was some footage, and it pretty clearly showed that it's exactly what most cyclists could imagine it. That he was probably riding, this bus driver overtakes him and essentially just runs him over. It's the same thing as running you over. I don't know what the difference is. If you close past someone with inches and you give them zero buffer, which means that they can make no mistake. They can't even like turn, right? It's not that he fell, it's that he probably was hit by the side of the bus. That forced his bike to fall. He wiped out, and then the back wheels of this charter bus just crushed him to death, and that was it. And that sounds like what happened here. And what's even worse, I think, well, no, that's bad enough. But what's also really bad is that the story here that's being revealed sounds very similar to like how it was revealed with Dan Hanigby. You know, it all started with police sources say he hit a bus. Right? They totally exonerate the bus driver, totally blame the victim, say that he was wearing headphones, you know. He was doing this, the cyclist was doing that, the bus driver, this poor bus driver. And that's kind of what's going on right now. They're like, this bus driver, those poor, 14 children in the bus. I mean, yes, poor kids. Also, this poor fucking doctor and his family and just, all the people who like loved him. Just awful. So, and I bet they're gonna reveal video footage at some point, I guess it's a little tricky there because it's on the transverse, so there's no oh, we passed it. Oh, whoops. Sorry. We passed it, 10 blocks up. It's a little tricky to see from up here, but anyway. But yeah, it's just really, the whole thing's really sad and like just awful. That also that, the reporting just blames him. He wiped out on ice. He didn't fucking wipe out on ice. This is a guy who is regularly commuting. He knows how to ride. He doesn't. Oh, you gotta find there's a dock right up here.
Dock right up there?
And on Central Park.
Oh, okay.
And it has instructions.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I like that. I'm not sure what was worse, that I didn't really slow down or that he was running after me. I should have just stopped, but I didn't really think. It's hard to think when you're like riding, I'm riding, staying focused, cold, and talking. So it's tough to also focus on other things. All right. So yeah, that's the story of the 29th cyclist. I think his name is Daniel. Is that right? I have to check. And so, I mean, it's just bullshit. It sounds like total bullshit. Fucking slipped on ice, you know? Like, it's believable, kinda, but that those are the circumstances. And it's like, someone pointed out, like, who the fuck cares? Who even cares? So what? So I should be able to fall and not get run over and killed by a bus that's passing me, you know, in a space that has no bike lane, no protection, nothing. That's what I think the real problem is. Because even when you do focus on, you know, who's to blame, it's kind of a lose-lose. Because even when you resolve that, you never really resolve the sort of the fundamental problem, which is the DOT is just not protecting cyclists nearly as aggressively as it needs to. The mayor is not stepping up, you know. Last year 10 cyclists were killed. This year it's almost 30. That's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And these are not like, people who are killed are not like, you know, not that it matters, but they're not like first time on their bike, don't know how to ride, like just falling around. These are the people who are like part of the, you know, I mean, anyone who bikes is part of the cycling community, but like, these are regulars, you know? So it's a real loss. It's a loss for the city, it's a loss for everybody, those families and stuff. So anyway, Gothamist did a good, really nice piece. They reached out to as many families as they could of the victims and spoke with them. Shit. And that was really very touching, heartfelt. But this is the thing, like this thing happens, everybody's back on the road like nothing happens. I mean, you see these videos of like drivers just sort of driving around dead bodies and accidents and things and crashes. You know, it's like nothing really, well, if that happened to that person, that can't happen to me. That's not my problem, you know? And it doesn't feel like there's a response, like an appropriate response. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna do this very carefully. Whoa, what is going on here? How do we get through?
6th Avenue.
First Avenue?
6th Avenue.
6th Avenue. 6th Avenue doesn't go south.
Yeah, 5th Avenue goes south.
5th Avenue, all right. 5th Avenue doesn't have a bike lane. So now I've got to be pushed here. This is a fucking disaster. You gotta be kidding me. 5th Avenue. Fuck 5th Avenue. I guess the good news is all these idiots are all stuck in traffic here. I don't understand what the hell is going on. Why they need to shut down the whole street. I mean, maybe they're like falling debris. All right. But I probably should have gone. I should have gone the other way. Huh. There's a backing up car here. Fifth Avenue. Fine. I'm not gonna go to Fifth Avenue. I'm gonna go this way. Go back the way I came. Should have done that. Oh man, this is all the space that we get as a cyclist. These Jaguar commercials take up all the, what could be a parking. He's on his phone. It could be a protected bike lane. I mean, look at this. It's these goddamn Jaguars taking up all the space. How many are there? I passed 2 or 3. Trucks, all this garbage in the way. Hurry up, we got 10 seconds. I'm not hurrying up. Hurry up, because all these drivers want to go. F these drivers. Seriously. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This is all shut down too? Where the heck are we supposed to go? Wow, this is just a pile of crap. Oh man. Is everything shut down? I should have listened to that guy. I hate going the wrong way, but like, look at this shit. I can't. Oh, at least I'm wearing a helmet. That's bad. Okay, this car's going south. Alright, so I'm going to 9th Avenue now. This is an annoying little detour. Cool, honk. Like an asshole. Alright. Well, here I guess we get to see what 9th Avenue is all about. I hate biking on the sidewalk. I don't do this intentionally, but as you can see, I am riding at literally the pace of people walking here. So I am not really a nuisance. I mean, I guess I am, depending on how you look at things. But in any case, oh, my Piggly Wigglies are very cold now. All right, we're at 58th Street. I gotta get like 30 blocks down. Oh man. Oh, this has not been improved at all in the last however many months. Wow, this is a terrible death trap is what this is. Construction in bike lanes. Thank you. There's always crap in the bike lanes. I don't need a sign to remind me. I can see it. I like that they're like, you might miss this giant pile of crap that takes up an entire square block, blocking the entire bike lane. You might miss that, so we'll write a sign that tells you that. Also, garbage in the bike lane. Wow, this is a bumpy mess. These streets are not paved very well. Wow, there's like, what is going on? There's like tons of, I mean, I guess this is New York City, right? But damn, a lot of activity. I mean, just like every block seems like there's construction like of this magnitude, like digging up the whole roadway, which like in this case, just make the road, just block it off the cars, or put up like aggressively put up cones to make it like, all right, there's only one lane, that's it. I mean, this is like, I don't know, this is the style that they do this kind of stuff, where they're like, here's 2 cones and some sticky tape, you know, some like duct tape. And you're like, you're in the NYPD. How do you not have, or the DOT in like the richest city, one of the richest cities in the world? How do you not have like the means to do this properly? This guy, Jersey driver, speeding. Look at that. That's some seriously aggressive behavior there. Oh man, my toes are cold. Not sure if you know that. My toes are cold. They're cold. AWS. Oh. That's not Amazon, huh? So the good news is I'm actually pretty comfortable, except for my feet. My toes are just really, really numb. It's not great since I do need my feet in order to operate this vehicle, but all right, so this box truck, 2 box trucks have killed pedestrians in the last, hello, in the last like 2 days. So you gotta be really careful in general around them, because they'll claim they don't really see anything, but you can look at them and just be like, they're not even looking. Past so many of these truck drivers that literally have no sense of where anything even is. They're just eyes forward, ignoring everything around them. kind of driving, which, like, sure, on a highway, do that if you need to, but you're not on a highway. You are in New York City, where there's a billion pedestrians and cyclists all over the place. All right. Are we home? Are we there yet? We're not there yet. God, I could see. Yeah, I could see getting a nice pair of warmer boots or shoes that have a lot of grip and are heavily reinforced for warmth around my Piggly Wigglies. That guy doesn't have. I don't know. I feel like other people just have warmer appendages. Or they're not as bothered. Or they are bothered, I don't know. Alright. We are moving. God, at I don't know if you saw that BMW SUV, Jersey plates starting with an X. Went through the red light, is what I'm saying. Made a left turn. Blocking the bike lane, so that I have to go all the way out of traffic to get through. And then you go one block and then you hit a red light. See, this is very bad timing. Not like timing, like bad signal timing. That's what I was saying at the very beginning, where you want to take the most you know, uncomfortable form, right? So like people who are walking and biking are the ones who have to deal with the elements, whether it's raining or really hot or really cold or whatever, snowing, and you want to give them the least amount of time to have to wait. But here you see I went one block on a green and then immediately hit a red, right? And you kind of look at all the collective waiting that pedestrians have to do at these traffic lights every block, cyclists every block. It's very, very poorly timed signals. And that's really what, like, that's a major improvement that could be made. I don't understand how, don't go. I don't understand how, like, these signals can only either be green or red, like they have to alternate. There's very, very few of these, you know, barn dance signals where like everything is red for cars at the same time, you know, allowing anybody to cross in any direction. But like similarly, I don't understand why. So one thing I notice a lot is things like this. When you have just massive traffic like this, like look at this. This is just a disaster. But all the lights encourage this kind of traffic configuration because they just continually turn green. So as soon as they turn green, everybody in the front needs to just move forward, inch up, do whatever, right? And or you stick humans in the middle of it and they're like fighting against the red lights, which is insane. You got this guy. And so what I don't understand is like, okay, there's traffic right now, keep it red. Like straight up just keep it red for this guy, these people, for like another 30 seconds, a minute, full light cycle, maybe 2 cycles. Why does it have to constantly be changing from one to the next? Like where these guys get a green light while these guys have a red light, and then these guys have a green light and those guys have a red light. Why can't they just all have a red light until it clears up ahead, which is where the blockage is, right? Then you could allow much more drivers through, and you could control where the, oh, this is nice. Have this little, this used to get thrown out onto the street over there, but this is, wow, this is a disaster, but at least I'm protected. Oh no, I'm just kidding. I have to stop. What am I stopped for? Can I go, or? Thank you. Why do I have to stop? Why can't these drivers yield? A weird stop sign placement. Then you got this. What the hell is this? This is the kind of thing that kills people. Can I just go through that? Can I go under it? That'd be insane. There's nobody in the car. Okay. Wonderful. Why is this sitting here, like just obstructing everything?
Being on site?
Like, take a look at this thing. This is blocking the bike lane. There's a cop over there. NYPD 7123. We got this truck. Okay. This is like such a free-for-all, and if you're not encased in 4 tons of metal, you are effing dead in this area. You know? Here, you're like, yeah. What is this? I don't know what this is. Is this a bike lane? What is this crap? I mean, this isn't bad. But I don't understand why they don't just do this all over the place. Stick up these little, oh, and then this crap in the bike lane. Look at this. I have to go right next to cars. Goddamn disaster here. Now what I did was definitely illegal. I did go through. It was illegal because I was riding, I was riding outside of the bike lane. That is what they would ticket you for, I think. What's this, 26th Street? So it's actually more safe for me just to make a left turn here. Just gonna do it. Woo! So, we are safe and sound. Well, until you become a pedestrian. 111, I think, pedestrians killed this year by drivers. 111. Many of them were children. Many of them were parents, right? Most of them were probably in crosswalks or on sidewalks. Dangerous out here, and it's all because of drivers and the design of our streets. So with that, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.